want to say this and I got to go. I love y'all. Keep supporting comedy. And I want to thank each and every one of you black guys for dating these ugly-ass white chicks and taking them off our hands. Real business. My name's Ray Lapowski. I'm out of here.
She discussed her thoughts on culture, tradition. You know, she's sort of a just like healthy hybrid of just traditionalism and modernism, and just like it's very just balanced, her perspective and the way that she sees culture and the way that she sees life. And with him, it's just like his core premise is just dust. You know, it's just like, you know, he was happy at one point, but somehow, some way he messed it up. And like, pause, ladies. Comment below. How do you think he messed up? How exactly? Right? I'm pretty sure the possibilities are endless as to what he could have done in his previous relationship to fuck it up. But this is what they do, isn't it? So, like, you know, again, it kind of just ties into where she, you know, her morals and values and where she comes from versus him and where he comes from. She clearly has more structure, more I hate to say normal just because what is normal, but you know what I mean, just more balanced, structured, clearly just a healthy upbringing she comes from versus him, just the typical shit that, you know, we are divesting from is where he comes from. And it's just like clear that that's the case in this situation. So it's like, you see a huge difference between the two. And he has baggage. Typical. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. And then we'll talk. Take a look at this.
You will feel most fulfilled working as a CEO of a big company. An appropriate number of hours to spend working per week is 40 hours. In 10 years, you will want to have a big family and your own business. Of course, traveling the world.
Wow, looks like you're getting to know me.
Okay, cool.
I would feel most fulfilled working as an activist and a socialite. An appropriate number of hours to spend working is 50. There's no such thing as too many hours. Work harder. In 10 years, I hope to be married, 4 kids, pop out 3, adopt 1, in a brownstone in Manhattan and Harlem, dual citizenship in another country where we fly back and forth.
Oh, that's sweet.
Your turn. You would feel most fulfilled when you're working and making money. An appropriate number of hours to spend working for you is 45. In 10 years, you want to be wealthy with a small to medium family, married and happy somewhere in New York City.
I'll be most fulfilled, when I'm financially stable. I hate being broke, you know.
Want that.
An appropriate hour to spend working would be 40 hours. Because I don't think people should just work. You need some time to live. If you're always at work, you can't live. Basically, you go to work and go home and go to sleep.
Okay. So, y'all heard that. So this is just talking about work ethic and just, you know, how to achieve long-term goals, right? How to build generational wealth, if you will. Yes? And she believes that you work hard, you play hard, 50 hours a week plus, around that range in order to achieve those goals. And he's just like, no, I'm going to do normal 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. Because, you know, you can't just work and you can't, you know, just blah, right? So He says he hates being broke, yet has unrealistic expectations of being successful. And you can see a clear difference between these two in terms of what they know it takes to be successful and to assure one's not broke in this life we live. Like basically living in this animal we call America, a capitalistic society. And you see the difference. She knows what it takes, he does not. This is why black women can sit at the table of a white man, as Brian said on Cynthia G's channel, and black men cannot. Because she knows what it takes, he doesn't know what it takes. And that's why black men as a collective in general cannot compete with other men. So let's go ahead and move on to the next clip. And then we'll talk, y'all. Just hang in there with me. We're almost done. But check this out.
In my home.
Sweet.
What kind of relationship are you looking for at this point in your life?
In this part of my life, I'm looking for, I have an open state of mind when it comes to relationship.
I'm sorry, excuse me, what does that mean?
Yeah, meaning like I believe in open relationships.
Oh.
I want to give that person that I'm dating the option of going out there and hopefully finding somebody better than me. And not saying I go out looking for someone better than the person I'm talking to, but I always keep an open mind. If I do run into someone, I do talk to that person. I've seen it work.
But you're single right now.
Recently,
Okay.
it worked for me because like I said, I get to the point where I get, bored.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. I respect that, and I totally get that, and that's what you want. It is kind of not realistic that you're gonna keep dating people with this open relationship and think you're not gonna get bored, because even when you're in love and you've been with someone forever, you're gonna get bored. That's like working through a relationship. That's where you have to like work hard, because a relationship is about hard work. I just can't imagine looking for someone else while I'm with someone at all times. It would break my heart, and I hope that the person that I'm with would be content with just me.
I understand that.
All right, let's stop it right there. So the only credit I give this Naker in this circumstance is the fact that he is honest about the horish ways of the Nakers in Blackistan. That's the only thing I give him credit for. But the point stands. They are nasty. Yes? Cochinos. Okay? To put it in Spanish. They're gross. Yeah. So that's the only thing that I give him. And so, but like that just, he's just basically proven the point that that's just, that's not surprising. Some things go without saying. That's just the collective black men. They're just nasty and they're gross. So that's all the credit he gets. But like, he's just basically feeding into the facts, which is that they're nasty, and that's just what they do. And so he says that he's quote unquote open, whatever and whatnot, gives his partner the opportunity to find something better than him if possible, whatever. And she's not the same way, clearly. So she does give him credit also that he's honest. But one of the things that I don't like is that she's over there like trying to convince him and get through to him to like, change his ways or whatnot. No, let him marinate in his STDs. Let his pito, his penis, fall off. So that's how I feel about it. But anyways, I got one more clip to show y'all. It kind of just like, ties this all in one big bow. So check this out, and then we'll talk. I'll give you some final thoughts, and we'll wrap this thing on up. So check this out.
When I first saw you, I said that I would date you. I like your smile. It's very beautiful. And after the conversation, I still said I would date you because I see that you're very strong-minded and, you know, you're family-orientated, and that's always a plus, you know, coming from a big family, and that you're smart. So, yeah.
So when I first saw you, I said I would maybe date you.
Okay.
Because I liked your beard. I don't know. I liked how you looked, but I never go on a date with someone just because. I have to get to know you a little bit. And then when I did get to know you, I said I would not date you. And the reason why I would not date you, it all goes back to our last conversation about you having open relationships. Everything else was great, you know, family, we're both Caribbean, we're both from New York. Everything was going well until you broke my heart.
I don't know. I guess I'm onto something that not a lot of people is onto, because I'm not going to be insecure or worrying about what the person that I'm talking to is doing.
But this has opened my eyes that a lot of men may feel this way, or people in general.
Okay. So let's go ahead and end it there. So here we go. All right. So basically, he sees her as a catch, right? Rightfully so. He says that his first impression was he would date her, and then after getting to know her, he's going to date her. With her, she felt the same with the first impression. She would date him, but then she got to know him and then ultimately decided that she would not date him. And like, good for her, right? Good for her. But one thing that I would like say, like, and mind you, this was a few years ago that this video is coming out. And I would say in the last like maybe 5 years, divestment has really become popular. And so when this first came out, it was still in the baby stages compared to where it's at today. And clearly it's going to get stronger down the road. So on that hand, I empathize her disappointment in the fact that, you know, after getting to know this snaker, he didn't measure up to what she thought he could be. And so that's the part where I empathize. On the other hand, today where we're at, where we're kind of like, okay, we're grown in divestment. I would say I was disappointed in the fact that she was just so disappointed, you know, because this is just like, you know, 10 years of being divested myself. I basically just like smell his kind a mile away. Like I smell it from around the corner and I don't like the smell. So I avoid it. Right? So that's the other hand. As far as just kind of like the overall conclusion. So the bottom line is this, ladies. This is the collective black man, the average black man. This is the average black man. So I would just say that this further reiterates the importance of divestment. And this is a really good example of why that's so. The last thing I want to touch on, though, is like I was really disappointed in just the comments that were being made on this black woman. Just like the audacity of her to have the standards that she had in the end. Was, just like how people were just criticizing her in the comments was very disappointing. I will go ahead and insert a couple of the comments for you now. Y'all will have to go ahead and pause them to read them. But yeah, I was really, really disappointed in that. So I'll just say this. At the end of the day, Black men are not on the level of Black women. It just is what it is. And that the more that we can reinforce that overall conclusion, the better for the Black community, which, as y'all know, for me, the Black community is Black women. So that's all I got for y'all. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you. Bye.
What is up, Black people? How y'all doing? I want to let all you Black women know you need to get a white man in your life. What is up, Black people? How y'all doing? I want to let all you Black women know you need to get a white man in your life.